Hey guys, today we're talking about choosing a college and a major. So these are big decisions. I know they can be intimidating, and I'm going to do my best to make these decisions easier on you, give you more information to help you make those decisions. So let's get into it here. So first we're going to talk about which college and major. So the two are very connected. It's You're not just going to choose a school without a major, and you're not just going to choose a major without choosing a school. They go hand in hand. So I'm going to talk to you a little more about that. So the big thing here is do not let this build a wall. What I mean by build a wall is I see so many students, Marines, potential students that come up with all these reasons to not jump on this. So maybe they're not sure what they want to do when they get out of the Marine Corps or later in life. They're not sure what they want to go to school for. They don't know about all the resources available. They're intimidated by the application process. There's all these things they don't know, and it's easier just to procrastinate and put it off. And they end up building this wall that makes it seem like insurmountable, like they won't ever just push through. And that's what I'm telling you to do. Don't come up with reasons to not take action. So you're never going to have a better opportunity to leverage these things and go to school for free like this. So you're going to be able to take the exams that get you college credit for free. You're going to be able to use tuition assistance and other things that I talk about in the Paying for College playlist. You're going to be able to use those things for free. So do not just build a wall and not do anything. That's the main thing I want you to think about. So what I mean by you don't have to work in that field is when people are so caught up on what they want to study, what their major is going to be, because they think they're making all these life decisions by this one thing. So that's not the case. You do not have to work in the field that your degree is in. A lot of people do. A lot of people don't. So also, if you decide to do a master's later on, it does not have to be in the same major. It can be in a different major. So if you decide you want to go to school for business administration right now, because it seems logical and you don't know what you want to do, you can do a master's in lots of different things. It doesn't have to be in business. But business administration also sets you up for a master's to focus more in the future. A master's in accounting or a master's in finance. You can kind of focus, whereas your undergrad was in a broader part of business. So don't get caught up on that either. So I'm trying to tell you why you're making a big decision, but it's not one that you can't recover from if you make the wrong decision now. So don't let that be a brick in that wall that you're trying to build. All right, so start doing something. It's okay to adjust course in the future, which I've already talked about. If you pick a major and you start off, you're probably going to be doing lower level credits and general education stuff at first anyway. So if you get motivated by something, or you think you find out what you really want to study, you can change majors. That is an option. So when choosing a school, it has to be regionally accredited. So don't go to a school that's not regionally accredited. It's that simple. So think of this as a checklist. What school should I go to? If you come to a school, a decision point, the flow chart says, is it regionally accredited? Yes, continue. No, pick a different school. So the tuition cost, that is a big factor. So if you're in the military, specifically with the Marine Corps, I know our tuition cap is $250 per credit hour for tuition assistance. So that is a big factor for you to consider. There are a number of schools that will match that $250 tuition assistance rate. But if there's a state school, say you're from Iowa and you want to go to University of Iowa, and they give you in-state tuition, and that's near or under the TA limit, absolutely do that if that's what fits for you. But there are a number of colleges that have a lot of online students and a lot of them military. They're very military friendly, that may work out for you better. And we'll get into more on that. So also things in this checklist. So they have to be regionally accredited. What are their tuition costs? Do they match military TA? And then what do they accept for credit by exam? So how many credits of CLEP, of DSST will they accept? Which CLEPs and DSSTs will they accept as course equivalents? How much time can you save yourself utilizing the free exams if you're active duty military while going to this school? So what I'm saying here is if you can go to school A and it will take you 6 years using TA, or you can go to school B and they accept way more credit by exam and it'll take you 2 years because of the amount of credit by exam they will accept. You tell me. So the next one's going to be, do they offer 8-week terms? So if you're in the military, 8-week terms are really important in my opinion. You may be going TAD, TDY for you other services. You may be getting deployed. You may have an exercise somewhere where you just have to miss a month or so. So in 8-week terms, you can quickly pick right back up where you left off. It also allows you to take, so with tuition assistance, you can only take 2 classes per term or semester, 2 classes at a time. So by splitting that 16-week traditional semester into 8-week terms, now you can take 2 in the first 8 weeks, 2 in the second 8 weeks, fully paid for by TA. Where if it's a 16-week semester, you can only take 2 classes in that 16-week semester because of the TA rules. And there are more reasons, but some of these schools I'm going to list, that is how they do it, and it really just works. So going online versus going to a brick and mortar school. Brick and mortar is when the school is, not an online school. But like I said, all schools have online classes now, so the line gets more and more blurred. Even the online schools have campuses where they have students in classrooms. So there's really not online versus brick and mortar anymore. It's just what school works for you. Okay, and now we're going to talk about choosing a major. So if you've figured out a school, maybe you figured out a school you want to go to, and now you have to figure out a major. Or maybe you already know your major and you're trying to figure out what school is best for that major. Okay, if you aren't dead set on a major, choose a school, then a major offered by that school. So that's another option. Also taking into account how long it will take to complete that major, potential things connected to that major that you may be interested in later in life. Choose a major that makes sense for your goals. So if you already know what you're interested in, what you want to do, then this really isn't a problem for you. But a lot of you listening to this video aren't sure. So if your goals are to figure it out, try to get a degree, because when it comes down to it, you may have certain skills, certain interests later in life, but that job, there's a good chance it requires a bachelor's degree. So just having a bachelor's degree, regardless of what it's in, is going to be very valuable for you. So don't let this stop you from checking that box of having a bachelor's degree. So choose a major that works for you and makes sense for your goals, whether that's business administration or criminal justice or whatever it is. Pick something that's going to allow you to get to that goal of having a degree. If you haven't decided on your major already, find a school that you can use most efficiently. So once again, when choosing a major that makes sense, find a school that makes sense. So it's all about being efficient here. That's what I'm trying to get across, is how can you spend the least amount of time and money and still get to these goals, because we're busy. We're working full time in the Marine Corps. I understand it's not easy, but if you prioritize it and you do it efficiently, you will get through it and move on with your life. That's what I'm here to help with. And don't build a wall that holds you back. So don't let, not being sure about the school. Is it the right school? Well, is it free? Do you get a regionally accredited bachelor's degree pretty fast? Maybe that makes it the right school. And if you want to get a marine biology degree or something that's very specific, then you may have to look around local schools, try to find something where it just makes more sense for you. Some majors are better taken online than others. So, you can do a business degree or a criminal justice degree, any of those, really easy online, no big deal. But if you're doing a biology degree, that's going to be considerably harder. There's going to be a lot of labs, a lot of sciences with labs involved, things like that. So that's pretty much it. Those are the things I wanted to cover for choosing a school or college and a major. I'm hoping I gave you guys enough information that you can kind of make that decision now. I'm going to go through that list I was talking about. So University of Maryland University College. That's the one I recommend for so many students because of how efficiently you can use it. So they accept a ton of credit by exam, up to 60 credits by exam they will accept, and they will accept up to 90 credits transferred. So if you have some prior college and you've got some training on your JST, your Joint Service Transcript, which will transfer in. So that military training will come in as credits. Any prior college will come in as credits. And then you can take a ton of these CLEPs and DSSTs for free, which I'll cover a lot in the future of this channel. And then you can transfer all of that right into University of Maryland University College, and they require you to take 30 credits through them, which is not a lot. You could do that in a year, and it will be fully paid for. If you look at my Paying for College playlist, it'll cover how to pay for it. You could get a regionally accredited bachelor's degree from a nonprofit state school, and it doesn't get much better than that. And then you can do anything from there. You can get out and use your GI Bill to go for a master's degree instead of a bachelor's degree from that school you want to go to. So you still end up using the GI Bill, getting that monthly housing allowance once you're out, but you're going for a master's instead of a bachelor's, which you already have. Or you can go get another bachelor's. The GI Bill doesn't care. But having a bachelor's degree before you get out of the Marine Corps is going to be invaluable for you. All right, so Park University is another one. They don't take as many credits as University of Maryland University College, but I use Park. I was with them before I discovered the whole UMUC thing and how many credits by exam. I was with Park before I really discovered the credit by exam thing, and I saved myself years of going to school with tuition assistance by leveraging it. So they accept up to 57 credits by exam. That's a little more specific though. There's this 30 subject exam credits, and then you can use all the CLEP general education or all the general CLEP exams, those 27 credits. You can bring all those in. And in the credit by exam video, I cover how you can find out for each college how it works for them. American Military University, they don't accept as many credit by exam transfers as the first two. That's why I usually don't recommend them above the other ones unless there's a major that a student is really interested in from that school. So another one is in AMU. All the schools I've talked about, they do 8-week terms. They do $250 $250 tuition per credit for active duty military. So that's going to match your TA. They're really military friendly. So is the next one, Liberty University. It's a Christian school. So if you're into that kind of thing, it's going to be hard to beat Liberty University. They accept up to 90 credits by exam, up to 90 credits transferred. So you can, all those can be credit by exam. Some of them can be credit by exam, but they accept a ton of credit by exam. They're very military friendly, so it's going to be $250 per credit hour, just like before. Your books are included for military, so you're not going to have to pay for books. They're going to give you a voucher through the online bookstore, so you're not going to have to worry about books, and you should really check them out. It's a good opportunity. And then University of Louisville Online. So University of Louisville is a pretty good school that is not traditionally an online school, but they have started offering online majors and programs. And with those, whether it's at the bachelor's level or the master's level, the graduate level, they're matching the $250 TA limit for active duty military. So shout out to them. I think that's great. There's not a lot of schools where you can go for your master's online and it be fully paid for by TA. University of Louisville is one of those. The other one is Florida Tech. Florida Tech, through their iSchool, I can't remember their virtual campus, undergraduate and graduate level programs are $250 per credit hour for active duty military. So that's great as well. They have some really interesting majors. You should check them out while you're going through your list to decide on what school. And also, like I said before, a state school using in-state tuition. If you qualify for in-state tuition for that school, maybe it's a school where you're from, that kind of thing, that can be another really good option depending on a lot of the nuance of it. So it may work, it may not. If it works, great. If not, these schools I've already gone through with you are great options. And that's pretty much all I've got, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.